Hey people, welcome to the Whole Tip Daily. Feminism is one of my favorite topics. It's the really bad car accident you can't look away from. It's a sweet combination of destructive and fascinating. However, let's all go into this giving this the benefit of the doubt. Maybe we can all learn something. Who knows? Dating is tricky. Maybe she's figured it out. I did do the due diligence of checking her Instagram. I don't see a man in any of her pictures. I see a lot of dogs. Nonetheless, looking at her article will provide us with something. Maybe solid advice, maybe some laughs. We're gonna find out. These are 10 questions every intersectional feminist should ask on a first date. I'm guessing they experience a lot of those things. We've already turned the first date into an interrogation, so off to a good start. See, what do I always say? The left are professional fun suckers. Like, calm down, bucko. Can you just enjoy a first date maybe? Maybe try and have a little fun? Ever heard of it? Question numero uno. Do you believe Black Lives Matter? Off to a great start. Cause you know she's not asking if you think Black Lives Matter, an answer everyone would say yes to. She's asking if you support the organization Black Lives Matter. Do you hate capitalism? Want to destroy the nuclear family structure? All of that baloney. Dose. What are your thoughts on gender and sexual orientation? I agree with this one. Probably a good first date question, especially for you fellas out there, because ladies, we aren't going to be finding ourselves attracted to a dude who plays along with the pronoun bullshit. If she's totally cool with something like this, you probably don't want to go on a second date with her. If you ask your date what they think of the whole men can be women, men can get pregnant, people, kiddos, they can choose their sex, they can identify as a bug, and your date answers anything other than it is all so ridiculous and stupid, I mean, I wouldn't call them back. They aren't dealing with reality. Plus, imagine if you got her prego and shit went down, she gets full custody of your kid. Yikes. Obviously, the author of this article is looking for a completely different answer. She's looking for the wrong answer, in my opinion, but it is still a good question, so I'll give her props. Trace, how do you work to dismantle sexism and misogyny in your life? I will go ahead and translate that one for you. She's saying, I don't cook, I don't clean, and I'm annoying. Quattro, what are your thoughts on sex work? She does bring up a point I can get down with. She says, I don't mean pro-sex worker in the sense where non-sex workers write op-eds and think pieces about how sex work is amazing and feminist. I cannot stand articles glamorizing sex work and convincing women to partake in something that seriously could damage their psyche, their soul, sometimes their physical well-being as well. It's dishonest and really malicious. I'm not a fan. But then she goes on to say, I mean the kind where we pass the mic to sex workers because they know their experiences better than anyone who hasn't ever engaged in sex work. I mean the kind of pro-hexism, where you understand the labor of sex workers of color, especially trans women of color who engage in sex work, because their experience and knowledge is crucial to understanding the oppressive structures of our world. Is it our world that's oppressive, or is it sex work? I thought sex work was liberating and empowering, but okay. So I can't really tell what kind of answer she's looking for here. It's also pretty weird to ask this on a first date unless you are a sex worker. Moving on. Cinco, we jump into politics. Sometimes maybe a good thing to bring up. You want to date someone who shares the same values as you, but we've already passed the point of getting too political. Like, girl, chill. Sace, what is your understanding of settler colonialism and indigenous rights? Okay, there is no way she is actually asking all of these loaded questions on a first date. She's probably just trying to get an article published. Ladies, don't take this advice. 7. Yes, we've reached the peak of my Spanish skills. Do you think capitalism is exploitative? Called it. 8. Can any human be illegal? We live on a tiny planet with land and water within a galaxy surrounded by a universe with an inconceivable number of other galaxies and planets. Yo, is this the person that's been writing Kamala's speeches this whole time?
I just love the idea of exploring the unknown. And then there's other things that we just haven't figured out or discovered yet. To think about so much that's out there that we still have to learn. Like, I love that. I love that. You guys are gonna see. You're gonna literally see the craters on the moon with your own eyes. Oh my goodness. With your own eyes, I'm telling you.
Crickets.
That was the totally authentic Kamala and a bunch of bewildered child actors late last year. And gosh, weren't those kids in for a treat when Kamala started talking about her love of craters? No, really.
Came up with the idea that if you build something that looks like that, you can see the sun. Yeah. And you can see the moon, right? Well, wait till you guys see the moon. I'm telling you. I don't know what it is about those craters.
I don't know either, Kamala. Those craters get us all going.
9 and 10 is, you guessed it, more politics and bullshit. I'm not going to bore you with the details. We've seen enough, right? Did you learn anything? I'm going to go ahead and offer some counter advice for a first date. Even though I'm probably equally as qualified as this lady, at least I'm living in reality and a lot less annoying, right? I think so. It's a first date, so maybe chill out a little, be yourself, and try to have some fun. Natural conversation over a few times of seeing each other will show you whether or not you guys are compatible. You don't have to be a fucking weirdo about it to figure that out. Well, that's it for today, guys. Thank you for watching, and please like, share, and subscribe.